Hello and welcome. This is a slow story for the evening. Nothing needs your attention now. If your thoughts drift, let them. The story will be here whenever you return. Tonight, the rain has almost stopped. And there is a small bookshop still open at the end of a wet street. Warm light, old paper, someone quiet behind the counter. Make yourself comfortable. Let us begin. It is early evening, and the rain is letting go. It fell hard for most of the afternoon. Now it is only a soft, uneven drizzle. The kind you can walk through without hurrying. The street is dark and shining. Every lamp has a second lamp beneath it, lying in the wet stone. You have no particular place to be. You lower your umbrella because it is no longer needed. A few last drops touch your hair, and that is all. The air smells of rain on warm stone, of leaves, of the end of a long day. In the shallow places beside the curb, small circles widen and disappear. A bicycle rests beneath an awning, its silver frame beaded with water. Curtains glow in the rooms above the shops. Somewhere, a kettle is coming to a boil. Somewhere behind you, water is running along a gutter, slow and steady. Your steps are the only other sound. You walk without deciding where. At the end of the street, one window is still lit. It is a small shop, narrow, pressed between two dark doorways. The light inside is warm and yellow. It falls out across the wet stones and turns them gold. In the window, there are books. Not many, not arranged to sell. Just a few, standing and leaning. As though someone paused halfway through tidying them. A green cloth cover, faded at the spine. An atlas, open to a page of pale coastlines. A small stack with a pair of reading glasses resting on top. Behind the glass, a little paper sign has curled at the corners. Its hand-painted lettering has softened with age. The shop has no bright display and no promise in the window. It simply offers light and books and a dry place beyond the door. You stand for a moment and look in. There is no hurry in the window at all. You had not planned to go in. But the light is warm, and the street is wet, and the door is right there. The handle is smooth and cool under your hand. The door gives easily. Above it, a small bell rings once, a soft, round sound. Then the door settles closed behind you, and the street goes quiet. Inside, the air is warm. Warmer than you expected. It touches your face and your hands, and you feel how cool you had become. The sound of the rain is still there. But it is outside now, on the other side of the glass. Softer, further away. A radiator ticks somewhere along the wall. The floorboards give a little under your feet, and they are dry. You stand still for a moment, just inside the door. Nobody asks you what you are looking for. The first thing is the smell. Paper and old glue and dust that has been warm for a long time. It is a smell that seems to carry its own kind of quiet. You notice your next breath and then let it go. There is a sound under the quiet, if you listen for it. The rain on the glass, the radiator, nothing else. The shop is longer than it looked from the street. Shelves run down both walls, all the way to the back. They reach higher than you can comfortably read. There is a lamp near the counter, and another further in. Between them, a good deal of soft shadow. Where the light falls, you can see dust turning slowly in the air. It is in no hurry either. On a narrow table, a wooden bowl holds bookmarks left behind over the years. A train ticket, a grocery list, a postcard with no message on it. Quiet traces of people who once kept their place there. The books are not sorted the way a large shop would sort them. Travel sits beside poetry. A gardening book leans against a book about the sea. Someone has put them where they seem to belong and left them there. Behind the counter, there is a woman reading. She is older, in a gray cardigan, with her glasses low on her nose. She looks up when the bell rings, and she smiles. The small, easy smile of someone who is not waiting to be needed.
Take your time. There's no hurry.
That is all she says. Then she goes back to her page. You had half expected to explain yourself. To say that you were only sheltering, only looking. But no explanation seems to be required here. So you say nothing, and she says nothing, and it is comfortable. The clock above the counter is a few minutes slow. Nobody in the room minds. Beside the clock, a potted plant bends toward the lamp. 3 new leaves have opened at the end of one long stem. The woman has tied the stem loosely to a pencil to help it stand. You walk deeper into the shop. The floor has the gentle unevenness of an old building. You let your eyes move along the spines without reading them properly. Faded reds, dark greens, gold letters worn down to a whisper. A shelf of slender blue volumes, all the same height, like a low wall. One spine has been mended with tape a long time ago by someone careful. Some of the titles you know. Most you do not, and that is pleasant too. You take one down, only to feel the weight of it. The cover is soft at the corners. The pages have gone the color of weak tea. Someone has written a name inside the front in careful, old-fashioned handwriting. A book that has already had a whole life before you touched it. You put it back, gently, in the space it left. The shelf holds it again, the way it has for years. Further along, there are books with linen covers and books with marbled paper. One has a pressed fern between its pages. Another opens to a sketch of a harbor drawn lightly in pencil. You close each one with care. There is pleasure in looking without needing to choose. At the back of the shop, there is a chair. A worn armchair, deep in the seat, with a low lamp beside it. It is clearly a chair that is meant to be used. There is a folded blanket over one arm, and a cup, empty, on the small table. You sit down. The old cushions settle slowly beneath you. The lamp makes a small circle of light, and you are inside it. Your shoulders come down without being asked. From here, the shop looks longer still. The counter and its lamp are far away, small and warm. The window is a pale rectangle with rain moving down it. Your coat is damp at the shoulders. You feel it beginning to dry. The blanket beside you is made of dark blue wool. One corner has slipped toward the floor. You fold it back over the arm of the chair. It is an ordinary, unnecessary kindness to a room that is already kind to you. Somewhere a page turns. There is a book on the table beside the chair. You did not choose it. It was simply there, left by someone. It is thin and blue, and the title has worn away almost entirely. You open it near the middle, the way you do when nothing depends on it. It is about lighthouses. About the people who kept them long ago. How they carried oil up the stairs in the evening. How they trimmed the wick and waited and watched the dark come in. How they wrote the weather down, every day in the same steady hand. Rain in the morning, wind from the west, nothing to report. Page after page of small weather, recorded in the same steady hand. Someone tended the light, while darkness settled over the sea. In one account, the keeper makes bread, while fog covers the sea. In another, he polishes the glass until the evening light can pass through cleanly. The days are marked by simple things. A meal, a lamp, a line written in a weather book. You read a page, and then a paragraph, and then only the shape of the words. The lamp is warm on the side of your face. The book is light in your hands. You do not need to finish anything tonight. After a while, you notice that the rain has stopped. Not suddenly. It simply thinned out until it was gone. Now, there is only the dripping of the roof, slow and irregular. A drop gathers at the edge of the roof and waits and falls. Then another in its own time. A car passes outside, quiet on the wet road. Its light moves across the ceiling and away. The woman at the counter turns a page. She has not looked at the clock once. You close the blue book and rest your hand on it. On the back cover, a price is written lightly in pencil. You look at the faded blue cloth and the softened corners. The book has traveled through other rooms before this one. And quietly, the idea of taking the book home begins to feel right. Still, you stay a little longer. For these few minutes, everything beyond the door can remain where it is. The book waits beneath your hand. When you carry it to the counter, the woman closes her own book around one finger. She glances at the blue cover and gives a small nod.
That one is good company on a quiet night.
She wraps it in brown paper, folding the corners neatly. The paper makes a soft, dry sound beneath her hands. She ties it once with a length of pale string. You pay for the book, and she slips the small receipt beneath the string. When you are ready to leave, the shop is exactly as it was. Warm, dim, full of paper. The woman looks up and nods, and you nod back. The wrapped book rests lightly beneath your arm. The bell rings once as you open the door, softer than before. Outside, the air is cool and washed clean. The street is still shining, but the sky has opened a little. You walk home slowly, past dark windows and one or two lit ones. The string lies cool against your hand. You do not need to open the parcel when you arrive. The book can wait until another evening. Behind you, the warm yellow light stays on. It stays on a while after you have turned the corner. The shop will still be there tomorrow. The shelves will lean the way they always lean. Another book will wait on the table beside the chair. And the rain will come and go over the quiet street. Here, the room is dark. You are warm, and you can be still for a while. There is nothing else that needs your attention tonight. Nothing you need to hold on to, except perhaps the quiet. Rest now. Sleep well.